Alright, investigating a police stop. I'm at 7th and Wilshire, Santa Monica. So we're just going to take a look what's going on here. I'm pro, I'm not against law. I mean, definitely don't want more crime here. We also want to see if the cops are cracking down on serious crime, but we also want people's civil rights protected. That's my purpose here as a reporter. We're definitely pro public safety. So I'm going to try crossing the street up here. So we got 3. At least these guys are on bicycles. That's a good thing, because I have been expressing my grievance that in a lot of cities you don't see cops walking around anymore, not on bikes. They need to be more on the street more. So I do approve of the being on the bicycles. I haven't seen that. This is the first time I've seen that in a while. So in the summer, hopefully it'll get busy. There should be more bicycle police. I'm just going to get a closer look here. I'm going to approach the incident. I don't plan on getting too close, so. Did you see what happened? So I'm a homeless activist, so if they're arresting the guy just because he's homeless, I don't have an issue with that. But let's say if you rob somebody, broke into a building, obviously we want them arrested. We got 3 Santa Monica police on scene. So this guy looks like maybe mid-30s, early 40s. So it looks like they're getting his fingerprint. That is something that's good. These electronic fingerprint machines, I think, are good. But if you watch that movie, Running Man, that stuff can be abused. People can be framed. I think that's one reason globalists like all the electronics. They can basically program these systems to frame people. That's why it's good to have people like me out here as a checks and balances. That's what makes us a great country, is that we have checks and balances. And the press is the final. Well, there's one more check after the press. That's we the people in the Second Amendment. But before that happens, which hopefully it doesn't have to, we have the press, independent press, doing a check on the government. In most countries, the government abuses people. But yeah, I'm definitely against criminals. If this guy did something serious, he's got to face his punishment. But all Americans get due process. I get a lot of trolls trying to say illegal invaders do not get the same due process rights as Americans. That's incorrect. They get Geneva Convention as enemies, like in a war situations. You only have the right to be treated humanely and defeated. They don't get the due process rights. Somebody's a foreigner here. They don't get all those due process rights. Because if you're a foreign invader, you got to remove you. Well, we'll give this a few more minutes. 2 o'clock now, Pacific time. I'm just east of 7th Street in Wilshire. This guy's not handcuffed, so we'll see what's going on. Looks like he's being detained. I can't really hear what he's saying. That's one reason why I'm trying to stay like 15 feet away, but it is kind of unconstitutional because reporters a lot of times need to know what these people are talking about. That's why, corrupt cops want reporters as far away as possible, and we can't hear what they're talking about. So that's a problem if you don't know what they're talking about. I heard him say he's born in July 1982. From what I can hear, the guy sounds American, and he obviously understands English. So this brings us back to my ongoing national security investigation of two-tier policing. This is also happening in Europe, that police are not arresting illegal aliens for serious crimes. So I've literally never seen police arrest any obvious illegal aliens here since I've been reporting. So that's pretty interesting. So it looks like an empty office building here. Bus over here. This is Wilshire, pretty famous street. It'll take you all the way into downtown Los Angeles. So like I said, I'm gonna try to stick it out for a while. I do want criminals off the streets, but also want people's civil rights protected. Because it is not unusual for innocent people to be arrested, falsely imprisoned. Got a lot of seniors here, so if this guy's trying to rob seniors or something, I'm not saying he is, but obviously he wants somebody like that off the street. But let's say if you're just sitting on the steps here, not bothering anybody, and they're arresting for trespassing, I would be against that. Because then they're ignoring serious crimes for these trivial stuff. So it looks like they're writing him a ticket. He's not in handcuffs, probably nothing too serious. We try asking him why they're detaining him, because we don't want police doing false detainments. You got a park over here. It's a pretty busy part of Santa Monica. This is a city directly west of Los Angeles. We'll give this like maybe 5 to 10 more minutes. Can't hear anything we're talking about, so I'll go back over this side. I might give this 7 minutes, 20-minute mark. We'll call it quits on this. But this is something we need to look into. The two-tiered police is a big problem. Giving the foreign invaders special rights. It's not definitely a bad situation. I don't know if this guy's homeless. I don't see him on the back. Well, wait, I guess he does have a backpack there. Could be homeless, I don't know. I don't condone any homeless doing crimes, but I do defend homeless Americans' rights. They should have the same rights as anybody else. Some guy just resting on some steps. They should not be detaining the guy. That's probably what's going on, but we'll see. Yeah, like one of these, looks like a big condo here. I mean, this building here, I don't think there's anybody in this one. It's just parts over here, you got a restaurant, and this part's all empty here. So it looks like giving a ticket. That's what this is about. So it can't be too serious because we're just giving the guy a ticket.
Take care of that.
Can I get your name and badge number? No? Okay, violating your policy? Okay. Name, badge number, other guy? Alright, not gonna give your name, badge numbers? Okay. We have a free press, just keep that in mind, our First Amendment. I know you guys don't like that. I know you don't like our rights. Maybe you should move to China. Then you can harass the regular folks. You alright, sir? I'm an investigative reporter. I protect people's civil rights. I'm here to protect your civil rights. Would you like to tell me why they detain you?
Oh, because I was drinking alcoholic and what they done in the job.
You're drinking alcohol?
Yeah, because I got a alcohol and,
A lot of what?
alcohol.
So you had alcohol in there?
Yeah, I was drinking, so...
Were you sitting here on the step?
Yeah, I was sitting right here and they filmed me.
So did they give you a ticket for the alcohol or like trespassing?
No, for drinking.
Just the booze?
Yeah.
Alright.
And then they're doing the job.
Huh? No, I understand. I'm not taking any sides. I'm just here to report news. I mean, I am here to protect civil rights, though. Like, did they hit you or anything? Or
No,
did they handcuff you?
No.
All right. How much is the ticket for?
I gotta go to court.
You got to go to court?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I don't want to sound rude, okay? Don't take this the wrong way. Like, you know what America First means? America First? Just, are you a U.S. citizen?
Alien resident?
You're a resident?
Yeah.
Are you here legally?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll take your word for it. Because I am for, I don't want illegal aliens here. But as long as you're here legally, I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I don't approve this drinking in public, so.
Yeah,
Because, there's kids walking by and stuff, so. All right, but you sound like a good guy. You learned your lesson, right? All right, have a good day, sir. Yeah. I'm glad you're all right. Whether you're legal or illegal, I don't want anybody abused. I don't want people abused, so I'm glad you're okay. Have a good day, sir. So, all right, the guy claims he's here legally. We don't really know. His English is pretty good, so like I said, if somebody's English is decent, they have a basic understanding of how our American society works, I would not suspect him of being illegal. So right now I don't suspect the guy of being here illegally, so I wouldn't really check. He pretty much understood everything I said. Like I said, I don't have any problem with Latinos that are here legally. It's not a racial thing. We just don't want illegal invaders. A lot of the foreign Latinos are racist against whites and blacks. We don't want them here. So I'm glad they didn't beat the guy up. That is a problem in a lot of cities. Police brutality. We also have the 8th Amendment that states excessive fines and bails should not be imposed, or cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. So that includes if somebody's just being detained. Obviously, police don't have the right to beat the guy up or anything like that. So I'm going to grab a paper here, guys. Whoa, stabbing, wow. Shit. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm here to protect the safety of everybody. He said he did admit he was drinking alcohol in public, so I'm definitely against that. But if they're taking time away from really serious crimes, I mean, we're in Metro LA, so there's a lot of really serious stuff like stabbings and robberies, carjacking. So if it's taking time away from that, that's a problem. But technically, the guy's drinking booze. We got families walking by. We don't want that. The other negative that I take points off is none of those cops would give me their name and badge numbers. But technically, they were enforcing the law because the guy was drinking alcohol in public. He admitted he was doing that. So he got a ticket. I don't think it should be excessive. It shouldn't be like $500 or something. So, okay, I think I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I'm going to grab some food. Remember to patronize your locally owned businesses. Thanks for watching.